How do you do, everybody? Welcome to basketball action. The new Trier Trevians taking on the Conant Cougars. And this is a chance for the Trevians to set an all-time school record for the most victories in a season for a new Trier boys basketball team. Glad to have you with us. Welcome to the action today. If you're watching on the internet, like and subscribe. We're glad to have you with us for the regional championship here on the Metro Chicago Sports Network. The game being played at Northfield. Last home game at New Trier for the 2021-22 season. And the opening tip won by the Trevians quickly, and a slam-a-jam right off the bat by Noah Shannon. The Conant Cougars made it to this game with a 1-point victory in a very low-scoring, sloppy game against the Loyola Ramblers. Everyone was thinking it was going to be New Trier and Loyola in this game, including myself, and it was kind of a case of not so much who wanted to score the most, but who wanted to score the least. That decided that one. Noah Shannon. Jackson Monroe. Back up top. And the rotation, and going for the three. Yes, swishery for three for Josh Kirkpatrick. So I would tend to say the same problem that Maine West had, Conant may have in the ability to score a lot. Obviously, they're going to be better than Maine West, as they were a higher seed, but this year there have been a lot of blowout games. Oh, I think the pandemic has really done a number on the talent. Blocked by Monroe. Kirkpatrick pulls it back out. Into Jackson Monroe, and Monroe with the deuce. Nope. And a player control foul on Monroe. And an outside three, swishery for three. Kirkpatrick brings it across the timeline. Up top, Jackson Monroe. Noah Shannon off to the side, and a three attempt by Fegan didn't quite have enough oomph to it, a little off. Stolen by Shannon. Loose on the floor, picked up by Shannon again, and then the easy layup by Fegan. I always am somewhat surprised by the comment, well, everybody's competitive this year. Player control foul, no basket. And when I hear that, I always say, well, they may be competitive, but that's because the top teams are the top teams are down because the lower teams always stay down. So that, and this year it's been a case of the top teams are few and far between, so there have been a lot of blowout games. There's a foul, and Noah Shannon will go to the line, which tends to tell me that the schools that didn't do very much during the pandemic or graduated all their players during the pandemic who had varsity experience are now this year suffering the consequences of that. New Trier had the luxury of having enough talent that when they graduated the players during the pandemic, they still had players left that were reasonably decent and have really, on their senior year here, played some excellent basketball. Jackson Monroe. Fegan gave it off. Kirkpatrick. 3, no. Bounced to Monroe briefly. Kick back out top. Going for the 3. No. Kolak with the rebound. Canelos. Fegan to Monroe. And switchery for 3, no. Put back, no. Try again the third time. Yes. Oomphed it in a little bit. Again, the Trevians up by a few here. First quarter action. Regional championship headed towards us. Trevians up by 7. Finn Cohn into the game for the Trevians. Into the paint, up and in for the deuce. Canelos. Peter Canelos. Pulled back out. Cohn. Kirkpatrick. Kolak. Canelos. Cohn. Back up top. Little spinorama and the deuce by Carlo Kolak. Got 11 seniors this year on the team. Ten juniors. Kick back out. It looked like traveling and didn't matter. Scooped it up, couldn't get it to go. Canelos. And the reverse by Noah Shannon. New Trier, if they win tonight, will set an all-time school record for the most wins by a New Trier boys basketball team. Up and in for the deuce. 39.1 seconds left in the first quarter. The inbound. Evan Canelos. Gave it off. Noah Shannon. Fagan. Up by the mid-stripe now. Golak gave it off to Evan Canelos. Backdoor up and in by Jackson Monroe. And the long heave, well off. Trevians lead by 9 at the end of the first quarter here on the Metro Chicago Sports Network. If you enjoy our broadcast and you're watching on the internet, make sure you like and subscribe. Those of you on the cable, hoping you enjoy our broadcast. We're going to have a lot of different games on the network the next couple of weeks. Kind of catch up a little bit, hopefully. Here's a long shot, a yes. A 3 from the corner. 6-point Trevian lead. And possession retained by the Trevians. Boy, that sure looked like over-the-back foul. But ain't nothing if the ref don't call it. And up and in, count it. And the foul called, a chance at the 3-point play. Jackson Monroe goes to the line. One of the 4 regionals that'll be decided tonight in the sectional pod. I think the biggest game, the rest of them should be pretty much blowouts. But the one that will probably be close will be the Glenbrook North Evanston game at Evanston. Glenbrook South should win if we're going by the rankings on the seeds here. Glenbrook South, New Trier, and Rolling Meadows should have a relatively easy victory if we're going to go strictly by the sectional seeds, although, of course, you play the games and anything can happen. Glenbrook North's the number 4 seed, but they've had their troubles against Evanston. The only team in this regional that New Trier did play before the tournament was Loyola, and Loyola is the one that is out. So the other 2 teams the Trevians played here, Maine West and now Conant. Conant, a Northwest suburban team. Cougars are, we played them in football this year. have for the last couple of years on the crossovers with the mid-suburban. And Jackson Monroe with another deuce. Timeout taken. New Trier play Conant in the crossovers, Central Suburban League versus Mid-Suburban League. Up and gave him the baseline. Canelos. Going it out Hoffman Estates way. I think they're Hoffman Estates. One of the two high schools out that way. In Hoffman Estates, there's Hoffman Estates and then Conant, I believe. And actually, there have been a number of classic games between his New Trier basketball off the foot after the steal. Canelos gave it off to Fegan on the rotation. Jackson Monroe pulled back out by Noah Shannon. Across to Fegan. Fegan across for Kirkpatrick. Shannon inside, and Jackson Monroe up and in for the deuce. Up top. Pulled back out high. And the reset. Not to take the three. Jake Fegan was there. To the corner again. Try to drive the baseline. Kick back out top. Going for the three. Short. Canelos with the rebound. Canelos gave it off to Jackson Monroe. Monroe. And jump ball. Trevians retained possession. Carlo Kolak comes in. And Noah Shannon will take a rest. Trevians lead 23-12. And there's a timeout on the floor. Up top. And swishery for three for Jake Fegan. To the side. Into the paint. Couldn't get anywhere with it. Drive the lane and put it home. Up over Fegan. Canelos. Peter Canelos. Across the timeline. Looking for Jackson Monroe. And tripping around out under there. And swishery for three for Jake Fegan. And Trevian's about to go up by 20 here. They're up by 19 right now. I think. No, I guess they're up by 15. Up top. Misread the numbers on the scoreboard. Player control foul. New Trier basketball. Last home game for New Trier, although it's kind of a strange way to say that, having had two basketball courts as home courts this year. Gates Gym for December, really. November, a couple of games in November and December. And then over here at Northfield, Mel Sheets Court. Mel Sheets was the only varsity basketball coach that New Trier West had. Up top, Canelos. As we wind down the first half here. Fegan. And Trevians took a timeout. If you saw the movie Home Alone, all the interior house shots at home for the movie Home Alone was shot right here in this gym. With the exception of the water scenes, any of the scenes where, the freezing water or whatever sort of things was shot in the swimming pool here at New Trier West. Stolen. And swatted away by Fegan. Cone, Shannon, and Kolak check in. I think I got everybody. Yeah. Up top, going for the three. No. And that'll do it. Heave it that way, but no way. So the Trevians lead 29-14 at the half. Here at the West Campus. The former PE building. There are 6 buildings here on this campus, so it's the PE building. I go back. Yeah, now they just have them lettered A, B, C, D, E, F. This is the F building. But my day, it was by what was taught in the buildings. This is my alum. Up and in by Jackson Monroe. There was EA, LS, LA, SM, MD, PE. And you get some freshmen first came in. Get them a breakfast club. Send them to the wrong building. Looking for 243. Which 243 did he need? Well, make sure he went to the one that would get him a breakfast club for getting to class late. And out of bounds. Last touched by the Cougars. Inbounded. Deflected away from Monroe. And then an attempt at a steal in the fall. Canalos with the foul on the attempted steal. Up high, knocked away, and Canalos will pick it up in the corner. Spin around. And Shannon, swishery for 3. And going the other way, the shot short. And stolen away from Kirkpatrick. He heard the thundering hoofs behind him and took his eye off. Didn't control it. Kirkpatrick to Canelos. Jackson Monroe. Canelos up top, and Fegan goes for the three. Swishery for three. Another one for him. And timeout taken by Maine West as the Trevians up now by 23. Scooped it up and in. Trevian lead at 21. Canelos. Monroe. Jackson Monroe. Couldn't force his way under the basket. Now Monroe has it again. Gave it back out high. Going for the three. No. A bit short and off. And Canelos. And Fagan for the three. No. Top of the backboard. Although that's weird. Sometimes I've seen it hit that and they let it go. And other times when it hits up there, they whistle it down. So I never know when it is good and when it isn't. Up top, and the three. No. From the corner. Whoa. And foul. And Noah Shannon came down pretty hard, but I think he's all right. I think it was just got the knee on the floor hard. And Canelos lost the handle. And for the three, no. Monroe. And an errant pass. Trevian's getting a little sloppy here. And the foul. Trevian's going a little bit for the razzle-dazzle, but timeout, but I don't think it really matters. I think it was a masked timeout anyway. Gets the first of the free throws. .20 Trevian lead. And Monroe takes down the second one. Give it off to Canelos. Monroe. Give it off to Canelos. Up. Fegan. To Monroe. And got double teamed. Jump ball. Alternate possession to the Cougars. And coming in is Cone, Kirkpatrick, and Evan Canelos for the Trevians. Top of the key. Cougars rotating around, having a little trouble with the defense for the Trevians. And a foul. Picked up by Vegan. I'll make it Carlo Kolak. Kolak put it home. With the nice move. Taking it end to end. Back up top. Into the paint. Nope. Oh, it's blocked. Boy, the way that kind of went, it looked like it was jump ball. Alternate possession to the Trevians. Up and in by Noah Shannon. Timeout. 2:11 left to play in the third quarter. Knocked away. Ooh. Close to the mid-stripe. Cougars with it. Kicked it off. Up top. Again out high. Kick back top. And swishery for three for Maine West. Shannon. Kirkpatrick. Far side. Canelos. Going, and in the trade-off, it lost the handle. Less than a minute to go here in the third quarter. Trevians up by 21. Loose ball fall on the Cougars, and Trevians will inbound it underneath. Monroe, Peter Canelos, and Jake Fegan check back in. Finish up the third quarter. The inbound. Fegan. Up top. Kirkpatrick. Canelos to Fegan. Up top. On the rotation. Up and no. Put back. Good. By Jackson Monroe. And the Trevians lead big here as we go to the fourth quarter. I want to say up by 22. I'm better than that, up by 23. Got to the fourth quarter here. Trevians up by 23. Metro Chicago Sports Network. Basketball action. Baseball season just around the corner. And traveling by Monroe. Monroe trying to get the shot and at the same time perhaps trying to draw the foul and took one too many steps. Fadeaway jumper missed everything. Kirkpatrick gave it to Canelos. Canelos. Monroe. Kirkpatrick goes for the three. Switchery for three. And Trevians 6 points away from getting a runner here. Cougars with it. Conant. Conant, one of the high schools in the land of alliteration. Schaumburg Saxons, Hoffman State Hawks, Conant Cougars. That whole conference, basically. There's only two, I think, in the conference that are not. That I can think of. The Prospect Knights and the Palatine Fremd Vikings, but the rest of them, Palatine Pirates, Barrington Broncos, Hersey Huskies, Wheeling Wildcats, Rolling Meadows Mustangs. Trevians on high with the rotation, being a little more deliberate. Take some time off the clock, too. Up and the running gun. Through the back door. Fegan with that deuce. Into the paint. And the Conant Cougars returned the favor the same way. Canelos. And up and in by Kirkpatrick. And going for the three. Nope. Kirkpatrick. Shannon. Monroe. Monroe with it. Inside on the drive to the basket. And the layup by Jackson Monroe. Couple of substitutions waiting in the wings for the Trevians. Drive the baseline, and no, but the foul. Got to be on Monroe. No, take it back. They're calling it on Kirkpatrick. And Cone and Handelman check in. Finn Cone and Cole Handelman in for the Trevians. And in she goes. Inbounded. Shannon. Kirkpatrick. To the side. Up top. Shannon. Gave it off Kirkpatrick on the rotation. Back to Kirkpatrick. Shannon. Conant. Trevian's taking some time off the clock here. Fegan. Had it briefly. Fegan. Conant. Handelman. Fegan. Up top. Again the rotation, and now the whistle. And the foul. And timeout. .52-44, or 52-28 rather. I was thinking 44 because Noah Shannon just went and took a seat. Trevians have a whole bunch of guys out there new. There's Tyler Van Gorp, Evan Canellos, backdoor, and Tyler Van Gorp lays it in for the easy deuce. Kind of dropping it in. And the foul got to be on Van Gorp. .54-28. Late in the fourth quarter. The regional championship game as the Trevians go for the all-time school record for the most wins ever for a basketball team. J.B. Yoshitani into the game for the Trevians. Handelman. Ethan Cummings had it briefly. The shot, no, the put back by Van Gorp. The 29th win of the season. About to happen here for the Trevians. Will Schmelter checks in for the Trevs. Schmelter, Devin Cremascoli, Tyler Van Gorp, J.B. Yoshitani, and Ethan Cummings out on the floor right now for the new Trier. Up and no, put back no, but the foul. I think that's on Cremascoli. Trevians, you have somebody waiting in the wings here? Nope. Cummings comes in for Yoshitani. Will Schmelter out there? Nope. Cummings. Drives, nope. And Tyler Van Gorp tried for the pushback shot. Didn't quite work. Rotation around the outside. Going for the three. Yep. And down to less than a minute to go here in this game. And the regional championship for the new Trier Trevians on their home court in the playoffs, Class 4A, large schools. And from the outside, the three was a brick. And going for the three, no. A little off. Try again, no. And foul. There's 1 second left. Two shots. So basically this one over. Trevians will play Rolling Meadows in the sectional semifinal. Well, been in. 56-33 will be the final score. Hope you enjoy this broadcast here on the Metro Chicago Sports Network as the Trevians set a record with their 29th win of the season. 56-33 over Conant. Hope you enjoyed this broadcast wherever you'll be on the network line. Join us for our next broadcast. And for all of us, we say as always, thanks for watching and so long, everybody. And the plaque for the regional championship. This has been a Metro Chicago Sports Network copyrighted presentation. All rights reserved.